How can I show people the way? Show them that gardening is cool and fun, and that growing their own food is really rewarding. I need an epic trailer, something that will draw people in and attract them. That's it. I hear that you want to know more about me and why I grow my own food. Or maybe you don't, I don't know. But you clicked on the link anyway. So we're going to be doing 5 questions that I've been set from Amanda's allotment. Question number 1, how long have I been growing my own food? So I've been growing my own food for 5 years now. I know I'm 27, no, I'm 28. Yeah, I started when I was 22. Oh my God, where have those years gone? And I bought some tomato seeds from, I don't know, some DIY store, I can't remember now. And I put them on a north-facing shelf. So north-facing shelves, basically that means you want, if you're growing anything, you want a south-facing wall or shelf, because you don't get enough sunlight coming in and your plants go all leggy and they die. But I managed it to a degree. I had an allotment as well with a friend, so we started that. But this was before that, so this first year, 2012, it was wet. I tried to grow peppers and tomatoes, and it went alright. I got a few, but it spurred on like that kind of passion for trying different things, and I really loved watching Gardener's World at the time. So I am not your conventional 22-year-old here in this scenario. I was very much into that kind of stuff. But, you know, I'm from the country, so I might as well have been born in, like, mud. Question number 2, why an allotment? Well, allotments. So I have this thing in my head. I really want to not eat supermarket food. I want to eat all of my own kind of homegrown stuff now, and I just know where it comes from. I know it's organic, like, all that. I just want to be a lot healthier, and I think I don't trust anything from the supermarket really, even though I have to buy it because I'm poor. But yeah, so this year especially, like I'm growing lots of different like staples, so like kale, broad beans, peas, pumpkins, you know, squash is great, I love it. But yeah, you know, that's for me, that's the driving force. I think it's really good for all of us, my generation especially, to get out there and start growing on your balconies, terraces and gardens. Otherwise I wouldn't have done the YouTube channel. Question number 3, why YouTube? There's a lot of you out there that do grow your own food, and I love being part of that community, and I like watching everyone's videos as well and seeing what they're getting up to. It reminds me to do things as well. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, everything, and you know, it's just good. It's like a nice community. It connects everyone in a way that you wouldn't normally have that, because we're all quite... People who have gardens and people who get out there and grow their own food often don't have a lot of time to meet up and do all that other stuff, because they're essentially looking after a lot of plants. So to have that space to talk to people in like Norfolk or in Scotland or in America is brilliant. You know, to connect with everyone and see what other people are growing is great. There's also a lot of you out there my age who don't grow their own food, or who are thinking about doing it or have done it, but don't have that encouragement or that kind of motivation to do it anymore, or you've been put off by it. You know, and I'm there, I want to be there to help other people out and to get a good community of 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds engaged in something, at least, like even just a tomato plant or a chili plant. It's not all about getting an allotment and growing 60 cabbages, because for one, a lot of people don't like cabbages, and there's no point in doing that whatsoever. But if you can get a chili plant on your windowsill growing chilies, picking them, putting it in your food, How great is that? Like, you're actually saving money as well, because chilies are quite expensive in the supermarket and they taste so much better as well. I mean, you've seen my chili challenge video, and if you haven't seen it, check it out now. But you know, it's so easy to sow them, get them on a windowsill, get them in a warm sunny spot, and you'll have chili plants by the end of the year, and you'll have a chili harvest too. Question 4. What do you grow on your allotment? Well, I grow lots of things that are useful, like kale and beans. I haven't had huge harvests in the last 2 years because the soil's not great, and it's taken this long to get it to a state now where I'm hoping that I get more stuff off of it. But a couple of years ago I had a really good rocket harvest, and rocket's expensive in the supermarket, but I saved a load of money because I was just picking it as I was going. And it's stuff like this, again, linking back into the other question about, you know, why do I have an allotment? Rocket is so easy, and I look at it and I go, I could get other people to grow this stuff, and like they could actually save money doing it at the same time. You know, it's so easy, and to get that information out there to people is really important as well. But yeah, rocket, tomatoes have always been one of my things that I love growing, and there's so many different varieties that I try. Pumpkins and tomatoes, and peas and beans as well, because it's just great for like doing anything in the summer really. You can do hummus, you can do salads, you can do loads of like chilies and stuff as well. So those are probably my main things that I grow on the allotment. And finally, question number 5. What do you love growing the most? And I think I've kind of answered this question quite well. Squash. Squash, pumpkins, courgettes, butternut squash, weird ones, long ones, thin ones, tall ones. I just love growing squash. I would be a squash farmer if I could be anything. And they are great, and they come up beautifully like these little seedlings, big leaves, and then they produce wonderful flowers and fruits, and they just trail everywhere, and it's brilliant. It covers whole spots. You can grow them up things, you can grow them through things. You can do so much with them, and they're great. Second, I'd say tomatoes, but yeah, squash and tomatoes, 2 of my favorites. So yeah. Well, I hope you found that entertaining and useful. I hope that kind of gives you some motivation to go out and maybe try stuff. And also it kind of gives you a bit of a realization that, you know, not everyone jumps on things and can do them straight away. I mean, it took me a long time. It still takes me a long time to get to certain things. I've only been doing it for 5 years, and there's people on my allotment site that have been doing it for 40. So, you know, they're as old as the trees on the allotment. That's pretty horrible to say, but it's true. I would want to be like that when I'm 70, 80, you know. So get out there and do it too, because in 5 years' time you can be like me.